You are now listening to Barco Boys.
Y'all funky ass up, y'all know the routine.
Niggas can't walk the path that I walk. Niggas can't do the things that I do. Niggas can't live the way that I live. Might not be the same result for you.
I'm down with loaded, and I know what I gotta do. I'm about 3 steps forward.
Hey,
I just need gotta come through. I need love, I need patience. Take me back to the basics. I just need one more shot at living. I just need one more shot like Pippin.
Niggas can't walk the path that I walk. Niggas can't do the things that I do. Niggas can't live the way that I live. Might not be the same result for you. I am the have-not mascot.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Just some regular guys and gal having some real conversation. What's good with the people this evening? What's good with your LBZ? Fly being here shortly. You muted. I'll try to unmute you.
It's
What you
moving
saying?
slow.
I
I said
got
we
it.
good. We good. How about yourself? How you doing today?
I'm all right, man. I can't complain, man. I mean, another day, man. Another day. I'm still here above ground, so I ain't complaining, man.
Yeah,
I ain't
gotta be
complaining.
thankful for that, I guess.
Fly be in shortly, man. Got something going on with his work truck, so we'll see what's going on. He'll be in here in a minute, though. But yeah, man. Ain't nothing, man. I can't complain. For real, for real. What's up with the people, man? What's up with the people? See y'all getting on in here. What's up with y'all? A lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of stuff going on, man. I had picked my head up yesterday. I said, I don't know what the hell going on, man. I had to call my aunt in California and reach out to her anyway. In California, see what the hell is going on. You see all these earthquakes? I know you heard about it, LBs. You don't miss too much news.
Sometimes I do. So, sometimes I got to decompress from social media and news.
Man, that should be depressing, don't it?
It does. It does take a toll on your spirit. People don't realize that. You be wondering why you're angry, wonder why you're more agitated, wonder why you're down and depressed, moments and stuff. That stuff take a toll on you.
I forget what they call the ring. The ring that they say we are. But they saying there's a lot of activity going on. Venezuela right now under tsunami alert. But 4 earthquakes yesterday, man. Japan, all of them pretty high. California one ain't no pretty high, they high. 7.2, 6.9, 7.5. Venezuela had 2 back to back that was massive. They saying at least 1,000 people are dead already, but they saying it can be up to 100,000 people dead. So, we don't know how this is about to play out. But I'm trying to understand for Venezuela, yeah, we gotta pray for everybody. I'm gonna say that first and foremost. But
Yeah, I think it's something. I'm with the conspiracy theory, y'all. Y'all know. I feel like there's some nefarious acts going on.
I was about to say, do you think the government can have something to do with this, or do you think
I think some nefarious acts are going on? It's just
I'd be saying, it's just a coincidence. 4 earthquakes just last a week ago, 2 weeks ago. We just had one in Florida, a little slight one, because it was affecting Cuba. Right, it was Cuba, but we had 2, Cuba and somewhere else. But a lot of this is going on, man. Water drying up everywhere. You like, what is going on? I don't know, man. I just think, I don't know, they're trying to scare us and get people in pocket. I don't know, man. It just seemed weird, though. Yeah, this we live right now. We live right now. Forgive us, man. Yeah, we've been on some money missions, man. Trying to get this money early in the day and do other things in the evening. And do this in the evening. But we'll be back in the morning, man. Everybody got something going on, so we'll figure it out. But yeah, we definitely live. What's up, Natalie, Aaron? What's good with y'all? But yeah, man, these bad earthquakes. When I reached out to my aunt last night in Cali, the way she sent the text message back, I said, "Shit." She seemed like she might have been a little nervous of seeing whatever's going on. I said, "Man, this don't make no sense here, man. This don't make no sense." Hey, Cam, I'm like, this don't make no sense. But like you said, I'm with the conspiracy theories too, and I don't look at them really as theories too much. LBs no more, man. I just know something weird is going on. But tsunami warning, Venezuela is, and you think about what Venezuela just went through. They just took Maduro up out of there. They over there doing heavy drilling for the oil.
Stealing oil.
Yeah, stealing the oil and all that, and now all of a sudden this. Now all of a sudden this. It's like, I don't know, what is the world coming to? Is it coming to an end? Is it coming to an end? I know you. First of all, let me go play this little clip real quick because I don't know what's going on. I got to get my investment hat on. For what's about to happen next with what Trump got going on. Think I got to get the investment hat on. Let's see.
Investment.
So what if I told you that all the water drying up has nothing to do with data centers and has everything to do with them sucking all the water out of the aquifers so that they can sell it back to you? Check the stock market exchange.
This right here is the reason why all the water's being bought up. Quantum innovation. Donald Trump just signed an executive order to sign into law quantum innovations. You guys want to know what's happening with your water? Go look up the United States Water Reserve on Google and find out what are the billionaires doing. I'm going to tell you, they're buying up all the water to tokenize it in order to feed it to AI, because this is what AI needs in order to operate. Project right here has been going absolutely parabolic ever since I started talking about it a week ago. I know for a fact that AI is only going to keep accelerating, so I position myself early. Not financial advice. If you guys want to check this out to see what it's all about, everything that you will need to know will be pinned in the comments below. We're in the digital age, y'all. Let's continue to get it. Peace.
I want to say this. Did you know, before I get into the next video, what Trump actually saying it itself was going on? That this go live on the stock market July 4th?
Yeah. It's been trading for a minute, actually.
So they tokenizing the water. And he's actually saying, this is how the American people can get wealthy and all this other stuff. But they telling certain parts of the country you can't use water. Like, don't use so much water and do certain things. Like, if we invest in it, do that. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. And do you trust investing in anything they got going on? People invested in those. People invested in them Trump phones. Do you trust anything that they got going on, LBs? Like, I don't trust them.
I do. People have been getting significantly rich in the stock market because that's what Trump is doing. Right? They're going in manipulating the stock market. They're going in manipulating all the things that make them rich. And fortunately for some people who are in the know, some people like us are in the know, they can take advantage of it. And people are becoming millionaires, just by Trump being in office and putting all these things through, giving all these okays where they weren't going to be okayed before. So they definitely are making money because people are definitely committing crimes. They got the insider trading going on. They got the deals going on because, you got politicians involved. You got government agencies involved. So the president involved. So they're making money now. They're making money.
But I want to say this, but there's so many people that's invested in it. When I'm looking at BlackRock, I'm looking at all these corporations, Nestle, all these corporations that's already invested into it, and when it go on the stock on July 4th or whatever, I mean, we can invest in it, but they already got majority of it bought up. Bill Gates and all that.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't
It
know.
won't hurt if you know a little bit about the stock market and you're just not investing, you're definitely losing out. I've seen a lot of people. I can't get it. Me myself, I need somebody to go in there with, do it for me.
I
But
actually looked into it today and actually looked it
yeah,
up actually to see what's
it's
going
doing
on.
a
And
lot of stuff is booming. But the water and the water reserve has been trading already in the stock market for a while. So that ain't nothing new, but because it's trending and it's making a lot, I think that changes its status. So I don't know if it mean if you were saying that it would probably go public or whatever
it's
in
going
July.
public July 4th.
So yeah, it's been making money. So it's getting to a point where everybody can benefit from it.
I just find it super duper strange that what's up? I find it super duper strange though that that they buying up everything though. The land, the water, all these underground bunkers and shit. What are they really planning for? Like them, like they. I got this. I ain't put the video up, but I'm gonna have to put it up Monday. It was just a long video, and I ain't feel like trying to chop it up and do all that. But I saw this video earlier, man, where it said they got an underground bunker that's like 3-4 stories in the ground, like billions of dollars invested into this shit. And I'm like, what are they planning for? Like they got an underground city, like an underground bunker city. What are you planning for?
If I read correctly a couple of years ago, it was more than one.
It is more than one, but this one that I'm talking about, they've been doing it since the like 99 or something.
Before that,
what are they planning for?
You remember a lot of this structure that dictates the new world order or the change that they're saying, or people believe Project 2025, 2030 is based off of. A lot of those principles, a lot of those ideals were discussed back in the 60s and the 70s. Believe it or not. A lot of the stuff that we took for granted and we allowed to continue to happen was by design. And I'm not just talking about what happens in the Black community, not what happens with immigration, not what happens with overall status as far as how to manipulate every aspect of this country, how it operates, the people within it, to create a structure where there's a handful of people that is in charge, that have the ruling majority, sitting at the top. And it's been fed, it's been structuralized, we've been structured, we've been made content, we've been made comfortable, right? We're so reliant on someone feeding us. Did people ever even think that would ever happen? You know?
Did you see that they got them 8-pill vegetables and fruits are in the market now? They got them under organic fruit and vegetables.
Well, the thing is, they've been in the market, Eve. The problem was it was going back and forth through the government whether or not they had to tell you these fruits and vegetables were either, you know what I'm saying? They were discussing that for a few years now, whether or not it was legal, or they making it legal to make the public aware of these certain items that were that are either genetically modified, that are either 3D printed, that are fake. They've been out there. They just were debating on whether or not they were going to tell us.
Genetically modified meats and stuff like that. I think I'm about to cut out all meat. I'm just trying to figure out.
It's going away, so you don't have a choice. It's going away. Most of the meat that the U.S. consumes comes from overseas. Did you know that?
Yeah, I think. No, I didn't. But I think I'm still about to be done with me. I don't want to take like we tell. When I heard Bill Gates say that day, man, we was on here and we played the thing, and he was like, "We'll find out what we need humans for. Like we don't even know what we're gonna need y'all for. So we'll figure it out though. Like, who are you? Do he work for the government?
Nope. He just have a lot of money.
And the guys with the money run the world for real because it's like they allowing them to do whatever they gonna do.
Yep.
Man, I tell you. Here go the other video though. A little more insight.
Look, you got to ask him what it is.
Look, USWR, the United States Water Reserve, will be one of the greatest wealth explosions of this century. Fresh water is the new oil. This is going.
Here's exactly what President Trump just announced on 60 Minutes just yesterday. It's already on Coinbase. It's called USWR, the United States Water Reserve. So the United States Water Reserve is all of America's water supply in one single asset that you can have access to right now before it's announced officially to the American people. And the price goes absolutely crazy. Here's why the billionaires have been buying into water for years and are all about to buy the heck out of USWR. Literally hours ago, the United Nations just warned that AI could use more water than everyone needs to drink. You can look it up for yourself. It's everywhere right now. And here's what the media is not telling you. Trump just attended the G7 in France. Trump and world leaders has officially agreed water is going to be a tradable asset. The USWR is leading the charge and the framework, and it will be signed on July 4th. So I had to do some digging, and I found BlackRock's public crypto holdings. Look at that, USWR. He's holding a lot of it. Then I visited the official website, uswr.ai, and displayed it clearly at the very top. President Trump is scheduled to unveil this to the American public on July 4th. When that happens, that's like 1,000x. My 10K will be like 10 million. Yes, I bought a fat bag on Coinbase. You could actually get it on Phantom Wallet as well too. Comment water in the comments. I'll give you guys a contract address. And as always, this is not financial advice. Do your own research.
You know, I'm school to invest. I might, put a couple dollars into it, but how are we allowed the people of the world, forget just America? How are we buying stuff that's supposed to be naturally just for us? Like, how are we doing this?
We've been doing it forever.
Yeah, and we so trained to get in pocket and fall in line that we think this shit is normal. I don't think this is not like. I don't know what's going on, man. I'm trying to figure out. Somebody help me, man, because I keep trying to figure out what is going on in the world.
Asking the questions ain't gonna fix nothing. We keep asking the same questions we already know the answer to. We know what's going on, but we're okay with it.
I'm not okay with it. This is why I keep asking the questions. Like, what?
We ain't doing nothing about it.
But this is why I keep saying something about it, because one person can't do nothing about it. Right? I could make a whole.
We as a whole, we aren't doing anything about it. We aren't even talking about it. We're out here fighting over Democrats and Republicans. We're out here bashing Michelle Obama for being a man and Obama for marrying him. We over here talking about immigrants and committing crimes. We over here got people being let out of prison, committing sex crimes against children, and nobody's saying anything. They're supporting everything that this administration is doing to the demise of everyone in this country.
Yo,
did you know, and speaking of water, did you know that the situation that we're talking about with the data centers, and I want to correct what that young man said in the previous video about data centers requiring water. They do not. Data centers do not require water to keep the materials cool.
They don't. I actually see NVIDIA came with something where you use almost up to no water. I just actually saw that like maybe 3 days ago
They
that NVIDIA,
choose. They are
they choosing
choosing
to use the water.
and being allowed by this administration to consume not just any water, but our fresh water in an excess amount daily. They're being allowed to do this. Now, y'all remember that when they went through and cut all those programs when Trump got in office, part of that was the EPA. Environmental Protection Agency. Gutted. A lot of the people that were standing on those committees to protect our environment from things like this data center epidemic that we have going on now, because now all of a sudden they're popping up everywhere, unrestricted. But they don't have to use fresh water. They choose to. They can use a coolant, but it's cheaper to use fresh water, and also serves a benefit because then that's going to drive the stocks on the stock market, right? Making them even richer.
What the part that just throws me off is like how you don't care nothing about the citizens, and I want to say of America, but the citizens of the world, because this is about to affect everybody, the whole world.
Yeah.
How you just
but
don't
this
care?
is not just happening here. It's happening
not.
all
That's
over the
why-
world.
That's
So
what I'm
we
saying.
have there's still people all over the world that are benefiting from us, the slaves, being the workforce, being the wheels, the things that keep the cogs turning. That's all we're needed for. That's why Gates said in the future, once you take away the need, they got everything they need. What is
We'll
going to be
decide. We'll decide what
We'll-
we need.
we'll
we'll
decide
need the
what we need
humans
for
for.
humans.
Yo, it's just.
You got the
And
man
I'm-
telling you what they're doing. He
And for
said
some reason,
we got to decrease the population. He's telling us he's putting things in place to reduce the population on this earth. He's
So
telling
when I
you
hear about all
we
these
don't need
earthquakes,
humans. He's telling us that.
and this is what I'm saying. So when I hear about these earthquakes happening and all in one day, right? I remember last summer it was like all these earthquakes happened all over the country, and right. And then just recently in Area 51, they had like I want to say like 100 earthquakes in one day. It was a bunch though, in one day out by Area 51 and all that, right? And I said, yo, is this stuff not normal? I ain't never heard of this type of stuff happening before in my life. Right? I remember in the summer, it was like all these earthquakes happening. I played that shit for about 3 days straight. Talk about the earthquakes and all the stuff that was going on around the world. And I'm like, yo, something seems suspicious. Right? And then you look up these countries where these earthquakes happen and you see they all going into this digital shit that's going on. Every place where this shit happened, you like, this shit ain't no coincidence. Like this.
You know what I heard, which was really interesting, that with the war going on in Iran, that some of the facilities there that were U.S. owned facilities got taken down or destroyed, and all of a sudden it started raining where it had not rained.
It ain't rained in so long. I heard that was definitely the truth. They was actually dancing in the street the day that it rained. I actually was gonna play the video, but I'm like, but people don't want to see people dancing in the streets in the rain and shit. But this in the midst of a war, it's raining, and they dancing in the street. Allahu Akbar and all the stuff they saying or whatever the case may be, but they dancing in the rain. And I said, where the rain come from just all of a sudden? And they was talking about how long that it didn't rain. And I said, man, something is fishy. And something is fishy going on.
It ain't fishy. It's not fishy at all. It's right out here in the open.
Yeah, because they not you know what?
Your
Let me take
president
that
is
back,
telling you
LBs.
Exactly what's happening.
Not just the president. They all are.
The president told everybody in this country what was going to happen once he got in office. He said
And it's not just, and he got his foot on the
times.
gas. He got his foot on the gas, though.
That's all they needed was somebody
willing
to
to.
do it.
Yeah, I agree with that 1,000%. But he got his foot on the gas, and I keep saying Belinda Rockham said it's always been a distraction. I think that the people, for real, we too laid back on this shit. How can I explain it? Like, how can we lay back, right?
If somebody excuse it, it's no excuse for what we're doing.
Yeah, I don't understand how we sitting back, how we ain't take it to the street, take it straight to the ass. Cause listen, man, how are we allowing this stuff to go on, right? And he said, yeah, it's gonna be mega wealth and this, that, and the third. How you gonna enjoy the wealth when the world gonna be fucked up? Everything, like it seemed like everything is going to shit.
We ain't seen the shit really. It's going there, but we ain't seen it because
it ain't get there yet.
That he's talking about putting ICE in full force domestically, because it's a water crisis about to happen. What happened when people start losing a natural resource? So now you're trying to beef up ICE again to be a personal army, because now their numbers were quoted to be more, larger than the military numbers.
Yo, he just said pure water is about to be the next petroleum.
Yeah.
Like, this is about to be like it's a gold rush or something. I get it. But this is shit that God gave us naturally.
God gave us all of it naturally. We got the land naturally. We got the food naturally. We got the, water and everything else, every resource. We got gold naturally. We got silver naturally, lithium, everything. But yet, we own nothing.
Nothing. And it's only a select few they're allowing in on their little. And we're about to be buying water like we buying gas.
Yep. And what's going to happen when the only difference is that water is required for us to live. Right? Water is required for us to live. We got to get what, three days, if that, without water before a person dies. Think about that. What kind of strain is that going to put on our economy? When people are fearing death, what lengths will you go to survive?
And this is what I'm saying. We need to be going to them lengths right now before it get there. And this is why I keep saying, why are we so laxed on this shit? Do people not hear what's going on? This is what I'm saying. Like, why are we so laxed on this that we are sitting back? Like, we'll get on here and talk about it. But every time I get off, I'm tuned into what's going on. My uncle put me on the show, right? My uncle Mike, shout out to him. He put me on the show, The Midas Touch. So I watch this Midas Touch show every day, right? And it seems like every 20 minutes, they got another update. And I'm like, yo, this shit is really taking place. Are people really paying attention? Because it seems like every 20 minutes, something is going on. Something new is going on. And they got another plan. And they got this going on. But I tell you what, they way ahead of us. I ain't think about a party. I ain't think about nothing. Like, what are we going to do? So we're about to be sitting out here and saying, let me get 10 gallons of water. For however much they're going to charge you for the water. And then they say it's a crime for you to go, if it's raining, for you to go outside with buckets and fill the buckets up. Did you know that?
But remember, we're seeing it now where the weather can be dictated and controlled. See how all of that gets put into place? We will be the new Iran. We'll be the new
it seemed like Afghanistan,
where the water is going to be magically restricted, where we're not getting any rain. We got to put all the stuff together. I'm just saying. I know it may be a stretch for a lot of people. Just conspiracy thinking. It's just a lot of stuff that we got to open our minds to. It's happening. It's happening right in front of our eyes.
With the conspiracy thing, right? A lot of things have, people say, all this stuff is conspiracies. The aliens, conspiracy, everything conspiracy. Everything that they said was a conspiracy is now seeming like it's coming to fruition. That it was never conspiracy in the first place.
I said
right?
this years ago.
So I
People,
don't look at nothing like it's a conspiracy. And I want to know, it's just odd how the people that's in power, they just remain in power. Nobody else gets to reach these levels, but they continue to stay in power. How is this?
you gotta understand human nature. That's the only thing that I can say in to explain it, right? Because even if you look at the last situation, and this is the biggest one that sticks out in my mind, Vance, Kennedy, several people in Congress, in office, senators, judges, everybody was so hell-bent that Trump was the evilest man ever to step foot in politics that they have ever seen. They hated everything about what he stood for, right? But then all of a sudden, they all switched and started supporting Trump. No one ever asked why. Why do you think somebody would switch completely on their stance about somebody being a pedophile, somebody being evil, somebody being disgusting individual, to all of a sudden you running as his vice president? What could be so convincing that you would take that stance and support this person you utterly despise not even a year before?
Because it seems like they don't, like a lot of them are either afraid to go against them, or they just like, yo, I gotta get in pocket. Because
when you're presented with the information, this is what we're doing. Either you get with us or you be out there with them.
Or you end up missing.
No, I mean, because they know now what's coming. They know that everything in plan. We're getting water restrictions. If you want to be with us, you better get over here, support this, and you'll be in. Otherwise, you're gonna be out there with them.
And the reason I said you end up missing is because I think about all them scientists that mysteriously just disappeared or end up dying or whatever the case may be. That
they're tucked away safely in the bunkers.
Or maybe not. Or maybe they was time travelers. You know, all this stuff we talk about, I'd be like, it's so much stuff. It's so much stuff. I thought about that too.
But you know, it make more sense that they are not just missing, that they were actually extracted. Because if you have a new world order, you know you're building, you have to build and prepare for the future. The first thing you're gonna need are scientists, people that understand how to make things happen. But you're gonna get them first.
It's a lot of them that's done disappear, and the ones that did pass away, is more missing than the ones that passed. But the ones that passed, it seemed like maybe they just didn't want to get with the program. Like, I'm not doing that, or whatever the case may be. But it's like all these scientists end up missing, and it's like, yo, if you're not down with the get down, you in the way, man.
I don't know, but we just got to start thinking about a lot of different stuff, and stuff like what this nunchucks here doing.
And then what I put up, right? Look,
what?
And then what I put up, right? LBs with the water reserve, right? I put it up because it's like who was that said it was all a distraction? What's good, Keith? What's good, brother? Somebody said it was all a distraction. I want to say it was Belinda Rockingham said it was all a distraction, right? They want you to, invest while they rock you to sleep. Like you think you on to something, and all right, I'm gonna get down with them or what they got going on. I don't think it work like that, man. People, the money ain't no good if you ain't around, man. It ain't no good if you ain't around, and I just think that it's too many signs, man. There's too much stuff going on and too much signs for us to disregard everything that's going on. Right, and I think the American people, I ain't gonna just say American because I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna say where I'm at. I don't know about other countries, but I just think we're not we think everything is just gonna be okay and it's just gonna be normal, and we're willing to let this shit happen. And it's some people. like some people are gonna have to sacrifice, man. Some people are really gonna have to sacrifice and go. I don't even want to say, I don't want them flaggers. But some people gonna have to like get busy, man, because it's not. What's good, V Magic? It's not. This shit ain't no joke. And I keep saying, yo, are they serious? Oh, we're about to have to pay for water like gas. What the hell is this?
Yeah.
I can't go put a bucket outside and get rainwater. That's what y'all telling me. What is this y'all talking about? What are y'all setting up? Man. And we saying this about the data centers. I really don't think it's about the data centers. That's what they want us to believe. And like LB said, like it ain't. I don't think it's really about that. So
no, that's just another means. Another means for. It's just another means. That's all the data centers are.
And I be just wanting people to add on. I be just wanting people to really be aware and to, see what's going on. Because, like you said, sometimes you got to, detach from watching the news and social media and certain things like that. So I be wanting people to be like aware, like, yo, am I the only one seeing this?
But they're not seeing it. They're not seeing it. They're still worried about, look, we got some people here talking about Obama, Chef, and talking about.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about Obama too.
The Metcalf kid. What is that guy?
We're going to talk about the Metcalf kid too, because somebody going to end up going to jail and it ain't going to be.
But it's just the things that
what's his name still
on, the things that we put as priorities that really aren't. Because if we all just think about it, we need to get along. Because if not, then we all going to definitely suffer.
And then I want to go back to this, LBs. And I don't want to seem like I'm trying to do no racial shit or, but I've been saying that we are being targeted, right? You want to take all the exhibits out. You want to do all this stuff. If we're not being targeted, the 600,000 black women that lost their jobs over the past year, people still losing their good job. Oracle just laid off a whole bunch of people. Who's under attack? Is it just the American people as a whole? Me personally, I don't think so. Somebody got to stay at the bottom of that goddamn totem pole. Somebody got to stay there. They're not going to let everybody come up.
But that's the thing. It's a facade. There's no up to go to because we're not a part of that group.
And I keep saying that.
None of us Americans, none of the people on this here live, none of the people that's watching this here fucking live is part of the group. You know what I'm saying? We ain't.
I agree.
So we are it. We are, all of us are affected by everything that's happening. And we're going to be affected all together the same way, at the same time, at the same rate, with no fucks given by the people who really are in charge.
And I don't want to take digs and be seeming like I'm taking digs at people like Jay-Z and them, right? But this is one of the main reasons why I went off that day when he did the little freestyle at the roof picnic. I'm like, yo, he's not going to say nothing about the shit that's going on or the state of the country and the shit that's going on. You are part of their system now. When he said he got MAGA Republicans and he got them up there, so he is tuned in. That's why you was at Epstein Estate and all that other shit, because you are tapped in with the people. We're going to let you make $1 billion. We're going to let you make a couple billion or whatever. You don't get around them people. Not unless, me personally, that's how I feel. You don't get around them people not unless you done sold out. And that's including Puffy too, as well. And somehow he went against the system, and that's why his ass, me personally, I think he's sitting his ass in jail.
So did Bill Cosby, so did Michael Jackson.
They bucked the system. Prince was like one of the first ones. Talk about the internet. And I'm now finding out it's two different internets. Like they got a secret internet, like almost like they say the black market. You got the black market and the dark web and all that shit. They got one where it's just for the elite people. Like I'm just hearing this stuff that's been around since like the 70s though. Way before this internet been popping. that tells you everything that's going on. You know everything that's going on. And I'm like, yo, this government is full of trickery, technology. But I don't know, man. And the reason I say we under attack because let's get back to this. You see what's going on? Next up, Haitians on the line. I've been saying this. It's gonna be the Haitians, and then it's gonna be the Jamaicans. And I know people probably looking, ain't none of that stuff happened yet. It's coming. Supreme Court allows Trump administration to move forward with ending TPS for Haitians. That means the U.S. Supreme Court ruled Thursday that Trump administration may move forward with ending temporary protected status for more than 350,000 Haitians and approximately 6,100 Syrians, overturning lower court orders that had temporarily blocked the policy. In a 6-3 decision, the court's conservative majority allowed the administration to enforce the termination of TPS while the underlying and legal challenge continues. The ruling clears the way for the federal government to revoke deportation protections and work authorization previously granted to eligible beneficiaries. TPS is a humanitarian program created by Congress in 1990 for nationals of countries affected by the armed conflict, natural disasters, or other extraordinary conditions that make a safe return impossible. Haitians first received TPS following a 2010 earthquake, with the designation later extended because of the country's worsening security and humanitarian crisis. Decision does not immediately deport TPS holders. However, it removes the legal barrier that had prevented the administration from ending the program, potentially exposing hundreds of thousands of Haitian beneficiaries to the loss of their legal status and work permits if no further court action or legislative measure intervenes. How you feel about that, man?
I mean, they've been talking about it for a while to end it, so I mean, they had to know it was coming.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, people laugh at stuff that they don't understand. People that's not really tuned in. Go take your pirate ass to somewhere else, man. You laugh at stuff that's understand. This is a real fact. This ain't no shit that I'm making up or I'm just talking out my ass, brother. You come on here, go get back with the Persian. What was his name? Persian? Or whatever his name. Persian perversion. Go get back with him, man. Y'all whole crew, man. Don't come on here with that bullshit, man. Because you laughing and thinking it's a joke. You're going to be one of the first niggas laid down when this shit go down. The temporary, like me, I look at it like this. The temporary don't even matter, right? They said even though, you know, that don't mean, you know, they'll be deported immediately or whatever the case may be. But we know how this shit going to play out. You see how they just did.
Well,
they're going to say they violent. You remember they said the Haitians was eating dogs and shit and all this other shit. They said they're going to make them seem like they're the most violent people in the world and they're going in to get their ass. And they just gave you a number, but it ain't going to matter the number. But we know that who the Haitians look like.
Well, let's just say this, right? Just to clear up, because the TPS status applies not just to Haiti. It's like a bunch of other countries that do have TPS status with the United States. I think not only Haiti was on target, but I remember Syria was another one that they're ending as well as Haiti. So that's hundreds of thousands of people. But it's at least 15, 16 or more of these countries that has that status with us. These are just the first ones that they're starting with eliminating the status, right? It doesn't mean that they're going to stop or they're going to be the only ones. Most of those countries like Afghanistan, you know, those countries that kind of had conflict in their country and people escaped to come get away from it. So you think about those countries, you know, Syria, who else? Maybe I know Venezuela and Ukraine, they have TPS status also. But those are still in place. But those, I know I heard Syria as well as Haiti, both are being revoked. So it's not to say that they won't go for the rest of them too. Just not yet.
I'm still thinking about. Remember, we said he had a meeting with all the generals and all the what's good, y'all? What's good? The Magic Key. When he sat with the leaders and said, we have a homegrown enemy. Who is this homegrown enemy that you're talking about? And what are your plans for the cities? Because we already know they just said they're going into New York. We just heard that they're going into New York full force. Like they never went in any other city before because they know New York gonna fight back. It's gonna be a lot of who is the homegrown enemy? Who are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Who is the homegrown enemy? I ain't think about the Chinese people right now. I'm thinking about my people. This ain't a time, right? I at first, I used to always think about the American people that we all need to be on board. But I see some of y'all are clueless and y'all think y'all exempt to any of this shit going on. So I said, F you people. And I'm worried about my people and making sure my people understand and see what's going on. So CC Cox, get your cock ass out of here. I can't be racist. I wish y'all stop that shit, man. I might have a little bigotry in me sometimes, but I am not racist, man. I am not racist. I ain't got no power to be racist. I don't control nothing. You need to be looking at them people in office, goofy. Don't let me get on here dissing you, man, and talking crazy to you, man. That will not be a good look. But like I said, LBs, who are the homegrown enemy? Who is the enemy within that he's talking about?
I don't know who he's talking about, but he's delusional because he ain't put himself in the damn category.
Man, I just heard something crazy about him and this Mar-a-Lago and these little events he used to be having where he was auctioning off teen girls and all that. This stuff is in the Epstein file. And I'm going to play that video one day too because this stuff is blowing my mind. That now the Epstein files is like, we ain't even talk about the Epstein files. There's so much going on. The Epstein files is far from people's mind. But y'all let me know in the chat who is the enemy within. Or who y'all think the enemy is within.
I don't know who he think the enemy is. Who he talking about
specifically? I think he think the enemy is anybody that's siding against what they got going on. Right? I'm not specifically targeting a group or anybody that feel like what they doing or they gonna get in the way of what they doing. We got a plan for y'all.
Well, the First Amendment is being challenged in the streets. So
not just the First Amendment. I mean, I think all this shit need to be
you're trying to put it in a zone like you can have First Amendment rights, but it's in a certain space that you can exhibit use those rights, which is crazy. I don't know what that's about, but it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot to take in, and it's a lot to think about. Because when you think about it, it's like a lot of people feel like they ain't affected because they ain't lose their job or nothing yet, right? And I ain't lost my job. I'm okay. I'm okay. Well, we know 600,000 black women just recently lost their job. They might be working again, but they've been let off their jobs. We know all the generals and all the people in the army that Hegseth is not letting be promoted and people quitting and resigning and leaving the service. And what is the plan? Our military forces joining with the IDF. What is going on? And who is the enemy within? That's who I keep, that's all I keep thinking about is like people, want to be racial and do all this shit, but if you got a problem with anything they're doing, you are targeted as well. Right? And if you ain't against them, you damn sure ain't with them. You think you with them, but you ain't with them. They ain't got no special benefits for your ass. None whatsoever. But speaking of more losing jobs, more people losing their jobs. The eye in the sky is taking over. Oracle, there go Fly.
Oh, he was talking about the
Back.
Democratic people. I think so too. That's what I think when he was talking about the enemy within. I think he was talking about politically, because people aren't on his side. People are going against what it is that they're trying to do.
No, I think eventually they're gonna issue martial law for a lot of places. I mean, I hear what y'all saying. I agree with that as well. I believe the Democrats are definitely the enemy. That's what they make it seem like. You want to talk about Obama all the time. But I think it's bigger than that. They need to whip people in shape.
No, they just need to get them out of the office of making decisions. They need to get rid of everything. Shut it down. Rebuild. Put more limits on what they can do. How long they can serve. How much money they can make, both with the job and privately, like they do with police officers and public servants. Impose those same rules on politicians.
Oracle has confirmed that approximately 21,000 jobs were eliminated globally during fiscal year 2026 as the company continues to expand its investments in artificial intelligence and cloud infrastructure. The reported reductions represent roughly 13% of Oracle's workforce and are part of a broader effort to streamline operations and accelerate its technology-focused transformation. Company officials say AI-driven changes have already affected staffing needs across multiple areas of the business and warned that additional workforce reductions could occur as automation and operational restructuring continue. The announcement reflects a growing trend across the technology sector where companies are increasingly using AI tools to improve efficiency while reevaluating long-term staffing requirements. But it will be more jobs. This is not going to stop. It will be more jobs. So people that's feeling like they're not affected, and might not be affected right now. Might not be affected right now. What are you going to do when you got to go pay for water like gas and all that shit? That shit just sounds crazy, man. It sounds like the Jetsons. It seemed like, and I see somebody say that. They say, yo, the Jetsons and the Flintstones occurred at the same time. We going to be like the Flintstones and they're going to be like the Jetsons. And I say, yeah, it's crazy how they put it, but it's seeming like it's headed that way. Right? I don't know, man. I don't know. It just seems strange to me. What's up, Fly? How you doing, bro? You good back there?
Man, running around, trying to get a tire, man, before practice tonight. I've been running around.
Yeah, I said you've been trying. I already alerted the people, let the people know what was going on. So you good, my brother. Look into the Chinese birthing. See, I'm not a bad guy, CC Cox. Look into the Chinese birthing centers. They are having millions of CCP babies in America and exploiting them. They control their entire lives. That's why you're seeing traders exposed regularly. And not just that. I actually seen that China is also, I don't know what you want to call it, but they having babies with, like, in these machines, like doing like babies, like in this like machine where it's not even nobody having the baby. It's just I don't know if they putting a seed or I don't know what you call it, but it's some weird shit they got going on. But
so it looks like the context in which he brought that up is essentially because Chinese nationals having babies, right? And if I understand it right, they're born in the United States, but then they go back to China. But because they were born in the United States, they get birthright citizenship, so they can get the, passport and everything.
The benefits and all that.
So the thing is I guess the thought is that they're creating like spies, and they're like, they're actually on the benefit of the Chinese, Chinese government. They're
so I see what he's
into our country. So, and I think that's what they're talking about. So that's like the reason why birthright citizenship was so high on their list, because they think that they're infiltrating our country with undercover Chinese.
What's up, Uncle? I got my family toned in.
Do I got that right? Oh, CCO, what is it?
CC Cox, I think.
Do I got that right? I think.
William Simmons, what's good, Uncle? I got family toned in. Got the uncles and stuff toned in, man. What's good with you, man?
I'm sure that happens with not just the Chinese, right? I'm sure that happens with a lot of
I think that he's also maybe saying like this is what they mean by the enemy within.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if that's what that means. Me personally, I don't really think that's what that means, but we're gonna see, man. I just think that by the time we figure all this shit out, it's already too late for us anyway, if we ain't not gonna do nothing or plan to do nothing. By the time we figure all this shit out, the damage is already done. Everything is done, and we subject to whatever they got going on. Buying the water, buying 8-pill vegetables and fruits, and eating lab-grown meat, and like we gonna just be subject to whatever's going on. If you ain't getting down,
is the destruction of the world.
Strange fruit. What's good with you?
AI is the destruction of the world. People think I am crazy when I say it, but the movies, the movies tell us exactly what has happened, and that has the potential to happen again if we don't make these changes. Everything we've seen, people ain't just making up this stuff we see in the movies. People ain't just making it up out of thin air. It's not imagination. I truly believe that it has happened before, and these are the stories being told. So
did anybody see Disclosure Day? Did anybody see Disclosure Day? The movie that recently came out with Steven Spielberg.
Nah, I ain't see it.
With the aliens and all that stuff, or whatever the case may be.
No,
and how they announced
no spoilers.
No, I'm just saying that how they announced it to the world. I haven't seen it. I'm just saying this is with the context of them, how they announced it to the world and all that stuff. But I'm asking people in the chat, have they seen it? Because I don't believe none of this stuff is. I don't believe none of this stuff is.
You don't believe in aliens?
No, I don't believe none of this stuff is coincidence.
Oh.
Right? I don't believe none of it's coincidence. They had E.T. before Disclosure Day. They had the movie The Signs before Disclosure Day. Like, they had Greenland.
Reports of people that videoed.
They had Greenland before, certain things that you like, all right.
You ain't seen the reports from the CIA and some other organizations that there are different types of aliens?
You was on the show, right? Because this wasn't last season. This was this season where I put up the CIA having the cure for cancer in the drawer in the files since the 70s. And people
And
still
it's
say
been
that.
recreated multiple times since then by regular people. Well, I ain't gonna say irregular because they freaking geniuses, but people have came up with a cure already for cancer. Most diseases come
Yo,
up
I hate
with
to
a
see
way to
somebody
run automobiles, run an engine off of the air, the water in the air,
off the
landed
water, off the
off
plastic,
water.
off of
The
everything. Like
black man, he was on there. He pulled water out. Pull out water out the atmosphere to power engines, make water.
you got the other young black man that's doing that. He said his life in danger because he's showing people how to make gasoline out of plastic, and they calling it
It was another man
plastoline.
back, I think maybe 70s or 80s, who was running an engine. He was a white guy. He was a farmer, and he was running an engine off of corn and not corn. What was he using? It might have been corn.
It was corn. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I
I
mean,
know.
it's stuff that we know can happen. Just like I'm saying about these data centers, they don't have to use water; they're choosing to because it's cheaper, basically free. They can use a coolant system. They can use polymers that keep everything from going too hot. They can do that. Whatever they call, like they do in a car, where you got the radiation system that's the fluid just flows to keep it cool. They can do stuff like that. They're choosing not to. All this stuff we already know exists that they can do. As a matter of fact, it's a matter of what they can make money off of and what doesn't cost them anything to do it.
Hey Chris, so you said the guy that had the plastic, you said that didn't work. You said that all these podcasts that they had him on there, him experimenting, you saying that stuff wasn't plastic that he was using? Because he's still around right now. I don't know. I don't seen him use plastic numerous times. I don't know if, like you said, maybe it's not. Maybe he's not putting plastic in the machines.
I don't know, but it's a way, I'm sure, an alternative. And there's always people coming up with things. You see the kid in the hood that came up that built the plasma gun? Did you see that online?
Yeah, I saw that too.
It's like people are always coming up with something. We can solve some stuff. For them, it's all about how you can make money off of it.
How you can monetize it. Yeah. How you can monetize it. Rico. I need people to explain this stuff they be getting up here saying, man. Hey, brother, thanks for stopping by, man. Why you say this, man? What has Trump did for you that made you think that he was God? I hope you're still here and you ain't check out. And it be sometimes, I be just wanting to say, man,
some people just be trolling too. So.
I think is this a fake profile picture, first of all, man? Because I just hope you ain't a brother saying no goofy shit like that.
The electricity, exactly, Chris. I was looking at an article that was talking about that too. And I was saying, because that might be the reason why our daggone electric bills done spiked over the past,
Oh, they high as shit.
A year now for no absolute reason. And then in North Carolina, I think Duke had the nerve to even ask the government to do an increase after you unofficially increased it in the first place.
It's actually somewhere in North Carolina where they fighting for them not to put a data center somewhere. Like the people,
that's close to my hometown.
They fighting for them not to put the data center there, but you know,
out there near Enfield, North Carolina, in that area. Mm-hmm.
Yep, and they fighting not to have a.
But they took people's land, like they're taking people's homes.
Yeah, I see that.
They're claiming eminent domain to build data centers.
Remember when I was talking about Google and Apple, and I was saying, yo, Google and Apple got $1 billion worth of land here in North Carolina. They got, both of them got $1 billion worth of land, including Amazon, and they ain't did nothing on it yet. And I'm like, hold up, are they prepared? Now I'm saying, are they prepared to put data centers in these places? Like, y'all trying to spread this stuff around? Like,
I don't know, but it's a lot of local governments that are fighting it from going to their, coming in their communities. A lot of them are, but there are some that's allowing it.
Hey, man, that's possible, Chris, that it will fall, but at the same time, when will it fall? Will it
And how?
after,
Because it will take us
yeah,
with it.
yeah, you understand what I'm saying? The destruction of AI, we don't know what that shit may cause. Because they
Not
actually
only that,
saying that
AI is intelligent.
they saying it's more advanced than it was when they first started. So they calling it kind of like AGI now, right? Certain like it's disadvanced, and I don't know what the G stand for, but AGI or some shit like that. And I'm like, yo, what is going on? We got the eye in the sky, and I'm thinking about all these shows that have come on, like you said, LBs, all these shows that came on. I done seen the eye in the sky, track everything to and locate your eyes, and they can tell your birth date, social security number, who you are, what year you was born, and like, who want to live in a world like that for real?
Obviously, MAGA.
MAGA is not just MAGA though, but and the wealthy, right? Because they see how they can benefit or what they think they could benefit from. This is all about money, and the greed eventually is gonna cause a catastrophe, man. Whether it be people taking it to the streets and rushing and storming the place where they at, or
they're gonna if we don't do something, they will be untouchable. That's just a fact, because it won't be enough of us. We won't be in a condition where we would be able to fight, because once we start the decrease in availability of fresh water consumables will then be targeted. Then we're talking about our economy failing, livelihoods failing, just our health period. Like, we ain't even gonna be in a condition to be able to fight back.
That just sounds so wicked. So wicked. It does. So I wanted to since we talk about North Carolina, we talk about certain places. All my people in North Carolina, if you're from North Carolina Republicans banned DEI in school and state government after overriding Governor Josh Stein's vetoes. And it says North Carolina Republicans overrode Governor Josh Stein's vetoes on major DEI bills, and the 71-47 vote made possible after two lawmakers were absent. And they so happen to be Democrats. I should have put their pictures up and put their ass up for the El Goofy Award. The House passed legislation eliminating diversity, equity, and inclusion programs across public schools. The UNC system and state agencies' key votes came down after Rep. Shelley Willingham, Democrat Edgecombe, and Rep. Carla Cunningham, Mecklenburg, I guess these are the places they at, do not show up for the session, lowering the threshold Republicans needed to override the veto. Senate Bill 227 bans DEI offices and initiatives in K-12 public schools. Senate Bill 558 eliminates DEI programs in the UNC system and public colleges. And House Bill 171 prohibits DEI in state agencies and local government hiring, promotions, and training. Final Senate vote expected soon. Republicans celebrated the move as a win for merit and equality. House Majority Leader Brendan Jones said education should never teach students they are inherently racist or guilty because of their race or gender. Governor Josh Stein strongly criticized the action, arguing lawmakers are focusing on the wrong priorities instead of teacher pay, affordable housing, health care, and passing a state budget. He wanted the bills risk minimizing the diversity that has helped shape North Carolina. How do we feel about this, my North Carolinians? How do we feel about this? North Carolinians. LBZ being born and raised in North Carolina, how do you feel about this shit that's going on? Still having a child that's in school and just freshman year, right? Just started freshman year, going, so they said K-12. How do you feel about this?
I mean, it's sad, but I'm not surprised, if I can say that. Ultimately, I think we all have a good sense of the climate here in North Carolina, if you live here, that it's never been You know, it's never been a blurred line when it comes to racism. It's in my opinion been evidently clear that it exists and that there are a lot of people that stand on that side. So it's sad because the fact that you would target the schools in that manner, so it's an obvious target towards what our future looks like, right? Because if you're removing the DEI protections for the schools, you're removing the knowledge of other culture, the knowledge in acceptance of other types of people, and that is expressions of whatever their gender and race is. It is definitely creating a space where some people will be essentially left out or unincluded. And these are children that you're talking about, right? What about our disabled children? No more protections for them. That seems a little harsh to me. I don't know why people would support stuff like that. Even if you're talking about cultural acceptance, cultural education, like you're removing, they can remove literature, they can remove resources, so you can erase completely knowledge about certain places on earth. You know, just how is that right in any sense? Because we know that there are people who actually put that in place so that, you know, just because those protections are no longer there, they'll definitely go along with, you know, saying, hey, we don't want to teach that. We don't want our kids knowing about slavery. We don't want our kids knowing about, you know, white supremacy, or we don't want our kids to know how, you know, Asians were discriminated against decades ago and how we treated people poorly over the decades. We don't want people to know that. And when we do that, you create a system where it's just you're repeating bad behavior. You're repeating and not growing. And that's not good for anybody. I don't think so.
I don't either. I actually don't think it's good because it's like you don't want them to know, but these things are still going on today. Like certain things are still going on today. Why don't you want people to know so we won't repeat it? So you won't, you know, certain people like the kids and they understand, hey, that's not right to treat people like that. Let them have their own feelings on certain things. Like it's like you taking certain things away, and I think that it is. And let me say, I don't think. I believe I don't want to say. I see what you're saying, straight through. They're trying to reverse our progress. I'm just trying to understand what's the point of it. What's the point of it? Hey, Angela Setti, how you doing today? What is the point of it, LBs?
Angela Settle.
Oh, that's Settle. I said Setti. Excuse me, Angela Settle. What is the point of it? What is the point of it, man? And that's the part that keep throwing me off. It's like, what are we doing here? What's going on? Why is this the stuff that you're getting off? Is this the first thing you do? Move the take all the slave exhibits out of the museum. What is the point?
I mean, I get what some people believe, right? Some people believe that we're in a place where racism is not an issue. Some people for some reason believe that there is no need for a DEI because everybody has equal rights and everybody has an equal opportunity. But we don't. And it is evidently clear in every aspect of what our country goes through every day.
And this is what I want to.
But these people believe that, and they support it because this is what they believe, but they're not looking at the facts. They're not looking at the facts that there are some people that are in the school system who truly believe in white supremacy. Who
the
truly
whole
believe
system,
that women don't have a place in certain areas of our community.
The whole system is based on racism. And I don't know if people believe that. You know, they say we got the greatest country in the world, but this country is built off of racism. Constitution, the judicial system, everything that you could think of has been built around racism.
But the thing, Chris, we don't have bad black monuments. We don't have monuments of bad black individuals in history. We don't have those dedications of those black people who were bad throughout history memorialized and
that's what I'm about to say.
Given that reward. Like, we don't have that. So there is a problem when you put up the statues of the white people who actually murdered, maimed, and killed as a daily thing. You know, you're glorifying them. You're giving them credit and due, like you're supporting it, like you are advocating that this is how I want to be represented. And if that's the case, then that creates a problem because we are both occupying this land. We both are supposed to have these rights. We both are supposed to feel a certain way when we stand up on our ground. And you can't do that if one side is saying, I want to be represented by this murderer. How am I supposed to feel with seeing you do that? We're not equal. We don't believe the same thing. You're not for me. I can't be for you.
And not for nothing. What's up, Larry Lamar? And not for nothing, Chris, man. Like LBZ saying, man, I just think that you take down the historic, if you call them historical monuments, but that's like what you're trying to remind the black folk, remind the Indians, this what we came here to do, and we're worshipped. Like, I don't.
No, I think for me, I don't think they go that far. And I really truly believe there are a lot of people, a lot of, white people who feel like, it wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? Like, they're disassociated from it.
I'm glad you said that, LB. I'm glad you said that. Do we understand that we've been lied to? Throughout history, like all of us, not just us, but everybody's been lied to. It was that bad. It was that bad. And we supposed to celebrate these guys, or people supposed to live in these states where you got these monuments where they know these people did all these bad things to ancestors and certain things. See, Chris, I see where you're going, brother. I'm gonna go ahead and leave you alone. I'm gonna get you on off of here.
But I mean, I get it. I get it. But the thing is, I get when people say, and white people say, and I'm gonna say it, that, oh, y'all need to get over it. We're not living there anymore. It wasn't that bad, blah, 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 blah. We're way past that, but we're really not, right? Because it was actually 60, 70 years ago. Some of these people still alive. Some of their children who watched those things still pass down those ideas and the way of living and the myths about this other culture that you're looking at, pass on these stereotypes, and all you see is the negative because that's what you've been fed. That's still around. That's still affecting our country. That's still a thing. So you can't really say that we're past it because we're not. And the constant reminders of that are those statues, those dedications to those people. We have to acknowledge that those things happened. There were bad people, and we can say, yeah, we moved past that. We're going to get rid of this because this did not represent what America should be headed towards in the future. And we need to do it together if we expect anything to be better. That's how I feel about it.
I don't see it getting no better because certain little like shit like this have us divided, right? Like not looking at things or having no empathy or understanding, like taking yourself outside of yourself and seeing how black people might feel about certain things. Right? Not understanding what the black people went through or our ancestors, let me say that, right? And what we still going through, right? With slavery, like I think, like even with slavery, right? with the jail systems and all that. You know, when slavery was done, and you say I'm a hypocrite, you can say what you want to say, Chris. But what's gonna happen is, right, y'all gonna keep feeling like y'all are inferior, like y'all are these superior beings and all that shit, and that shit gonna get y'all dealt with, man, because them days is over. Right? And we don't go out starting trouble. This is the type of shit y'all do. Y'all come on chats and talk and say all that shit, but y'all really the hypocrites. Y'all really the racists. I'm not going to get into all that, but what's going to end up happening is y'all going to have a rude awakening and y'all going to be begging for forgiveness for your ancestors and the shit y'all did. We got to stop being goofies, man. Because I know you ain't no goofy. I can see how you talk. You ain't no goofy, but you want to still play like you're goofy. You want people to bow down to you. I see all these little videos with, you know, they saying we not our ancestors. I'm going to play one of the videos because it just be hilarious to me, man. Right? Where y'all think y'all can say what y'all want to say to people, do what y'all want to do to people, invade people privacy. What you doing in this pool? And I live here. What are you talking about? And all this shit and people going oops upside your head. Y'all don't understand the effect that shit had, man. I'm not a Democrat, man, so don't put that shit on me, man. I'm not none of that, man. I'm not none of that.
Sure was June 25th. Oh, I just think that.
I just think people need to really wake up, yo. You know what I'm saying? Y'all act like y'all got man. See, this conditioning is the shit that I don't like. This is why I think the monuments he talk about needed to be tore down, right? Because it's the conditioning of making y'all think y'all are superior than somebody. Y'all only been here 6,000 goddamn years. Right? Y'all need to be thanking us for teaching y'all education and teaching y'all language, teaching y'all certain shit. Go study your real history. They getting on here talking to those stupid shit. You was waiting for a moment to get in here and talk some goofy shit. No. It's how they keep all of us under control, glitch faction, right? This is how they create the separation. I've been talking about this for the longest. That's why it's two parties, Democrat, Republican, and it's more than liberals, I guess. But that's to create separation amongst the people. Right? I look at the human race, right? But when I see people always like, you know, or you think you're gonna target my people, me personally, I ain't never been targeted until I start doing this show and people start talking goofy. I wish I could see some of y'all in person. Right? I ain't never been targeted in my life with nothing. Right? But I get it, man.
Insane, but I mean, yeah, I mean, you gotta know they're out there. I mean, but we didn't get to any other topics, did we? I did want to see what.
I mean, yeah, Obama's Cartel Bo. Oh yeah, we're gonna play. I'm gonna play that right now.
Who Cartel Bo is.
We just played him yesterday. He had the situation with his baby mama and all that stuff. I don't really know him either, LB. I can't tell you one.
Did you notice that he spoke about exactly what we spoke about? Like, how would you handle that situation?
It's crazy. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna play that too. I'm gonna slide it in here. I know we got practice in a little bit, but I'm gonna get in here. See, I'm thinking about the kids, man. I got practice with some young kids today, man. I don't want to have to think about this goofy stuff or think about it for kid gonna walk up in the library with a shotgun. I know y'all heard that in California. They talk about Columbine style shooting and all. Like I don't want to worry about that. Yeah, that happened. Yes, like I don't want to think like man. I don't want to be thinking like that, man. I don't want to be thinking like that, man. And I'm coaching all types of kids, different races, different backgrounds, all that. I don't want to be thinking like that, man, or feeling like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody, man, listen, man, the day that I feel like my back against the wall, Let me shut up. Let me do that right now. I'm gonna go ahead and shut my mouth. There, I felt my back against the wall. It's gonna get ugly. What we was talking about? Obama LBs. You wanted to see?
Mm-hmm.
Look, you got to ask him what it is that
The obsession.
the obsession.
I know what it is.
Yeah, I obviously have a room in his head,
Rent free. You do everything with grace.
a suite in his head. But the thing about it is that was always clear to me. Look, but first of all, when I was president, the last thing I had time to do was worry about what
Somebody said.
or what
Yeah.
my predecessor
Yeah.
did.
Mm-hmm.
They're gone. I've got work to do.
You locked in.
It's hard to describe how if you're doing the job right.
Mm-hmm.
Every day you've got 5-10 things that are real hard, and you have to be constantly focused. The idea that I'd be worrying about
Came before.
somebody who came before and me trying to measure, like, what's he done today? Look, constantly worrying about that is a strange thing to me. It shows me somebody who's not focused on the American. Look,
Well, that's some of what he said. I could tell you some of the other stuff he said. I don't want to be, stealing their content. They syndicate it now. Shout out to them too, man, because they doing it big, man. They
Yeah.
started off with sports, and they doing everything. They done had Michelle Obama, Barack. They done had a little bit of everybody. But he also talked about how they asked him how he feel about the black people when they asked like they say that he didn't do anything for the black people, and he was like, I only had 8 years in office. Like, you expect me to I can't erase 400 years or something that went on in 8 years, and then it was other things. He tried to focus on the things that was top priority and stuff like that. But me, I ain't thinking about really Obama, man, and all that stuff people be saying. I ain't thinking about Joe Biden. I'm thinking about right now and the shit that's going on now. And the first thing people try to do is resort. Obama did this. Biden did this. Like, yo, their time is up. Their time is up.
They ain't got nothing to do with this bullshit going on today. Nothing.
Their time is up, and the stuff that's going on now is far worse than anything they did. And I know people want to say, yeah, and I know they want to say, yeah, well, he LGBTQ, QT. I don't even know how to say it.
And that's it. That's
excuse
all.
me for the people.
That's the
people.
most negative thing they can say about whatever Obama did in that office. The worst thing they can say. And who cares at this point? Because they're here. And if you're trying to represent everybody in this country, that means represent everybody in this country. That means.
But they've been here, LBC.
They've been here.
People act like they just came here or they aliens or something. They
ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. They deserve representation too. If you want to believe you're a cat, believe you're a cat, but you still need somebody to represent you. I'm sorry. That's just how it is.
And my thing is, I want to say this, man, because maybe we don't understand, right? I get on Trump and all that stuff, but it's bigger than Trump. He's just a puppet. Obama was a puppet. Biden was a puppet. Bush was a puppet. Clinton, I could keep going down the list. Right? They're not really in charge of nothing. When they come into office, they already got the agenda lined up for them. This is what we're doing. They just occupying the seat for real.
For real.
So it's bigger than them.
Be like Trump and break the law. You could do that too.
It's bigger than them, and we always goddamn going at each other because we trying to protect a person that we like, or he was never a racist, or he was never this, he was never that. It's not about that. It's about seeing what's going on and like saying, yo, how we gonna do this? How we gonna do that? And what I'm saying is, man, so many people losing their jobs and so much shit going on. What are the American people gonna do? We just gonna sit down and
take it?
and take it. That's what we're gonna do.
You get screwed over. You got to buy your land, never own it. You got to buy your car, never own it. You got to buy food that don't even nourish your body. You got to ingest chemicals that they pumping into the air on a daily basis. You ain't got no control over that.
People
you got
trying to get
drink what they tell you to drink when you can drink it, because you got to rely on it coming through your faucet.
And people
but you want to worry about what Obama did X amount of years ago.
We just very complacent, and we so comfortable, man. We distracted by so much other shit. Excuse my language, but we distracted by so much that we don't even see. Like, I'm not your enemy. I don't have no beef with you. I don't care. You're white, you're Asian, Haitian, Syrian, Persian. I don't care about none of that shit. But soon when y'all, what I do notice is soon when y'all see people of color trying to stand up or standing up, y'all got something to say. Y'all want us back in our place. Y'all supposedly place that y'all think we supposed to be in. Hey, Fly, I'm gonna give you this Cartel Bo before we get out of here, man. And I know, like, we at that time, but I'm gonna play this little Cartel Bo real quick, man, and I'll let the people decide what
I know a lot of y'all waiting on me to make a statement. I just got a call from the district attorney's office, man. They asking me to come in, sit down, and give them a detailed statement of everything that happened. I hung up the phone and called my people. I told them I'm not going down there making no statements and shit like that. My family say if you don't go down there and make some statements to make sure your children safe, they ain't fucking with me no more. But if I go down there and make a statement, I'm a rat. The reason they need me to make a statement is because they had to look into the paperwork as far as custody concerns to see if she categorized for kidnapping. And due to the fact that she lost custody and I have full custody, it's kidnapping. Fool, I don't know what to do for real, bro. They both went for assault. It's attempted kidnapping of a child. It'll be burglary. I think they said burglary of a motor vehicle, but I know it's burglary because she opened my door, and that's what they said. I know trespassing, but they trying to get all the cases they want, and they need me to make a detailed description of everything that happened in order to put the video footage and line it up with the case they want to come at them people with. And I'm lost, gang. I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, just truth be told, the only reasons they even got their footage is because they was lying, saying I punched her in the stomach and all that type of shit. So I had to show them the footage to show I never put my hands on her. And that's what got her and him booked. Police say he's an Uber driver. They don't understand the deepness and details of their relationship. I don't really give a fuck. I just don't know what to do. Do I go down here and give these people a statement? Or do I sit here and just, have some family members cut me off because I didn't want to go down here and what they quote unquote say do what's best for my child or my children? I'm just at loss, man. Shit a lot, bro.
What the hell?
I can't do no rat shit, though. I don't understand why they need me and they got the video footage anyway, but I'm just lost right now, bro.
You stupid.
I can hear, and I'm not gonna call him stupid. I understand where he's coming from and what he's saying, but I want him to know this. I want him to know this, right? And this is just about understanding the law. I don't know how Texas work or whatever the case may be, but I had a weapons charge, and I never even had the weapon, and I had to go to the court and do all that shit, fight a case, to the people drop the charges, and all this other shit. right? Just from word of mouth of people saying I had a weapon, they had a warrant for my arrest, this, that, and the third. They have a videotape that shows everything that happened. You ain't got to go down there and make no statement. They trying to turn you into a rat. He ain't got to go make no statement. He don't got to do that. And to keep it real, I wouldn't want, I mean, regardless of what happened, I wouldn't want the mother of my child going to prison anyway.
I was about to say, B, you think she should go down for kidnapping and these type of charges?
Listen, Linda. Cause I don't get the whole thing. I mean, one, yeah, I understand that she may feel some kind of way with her kid being taken away, but the girl obviously is desperate and dangerous for her to go that far, right? Somebody actually was beating up on him. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was fighting him. What if she decides to take it a step further? If she done got away with it this time, what makes you think that she won't have somebody come after you again? Maybe even try to shoot you or whatever. What makes you think that won't happen? You already see she desperate. You see what lengths she willing to go to. She was snatching the baby up, fighting you for the baby. Didn't care if the baby was on the ground or not.
I get where you're coming from, LBZ, but
she can do much worse, the capability. But to me, what he's saying is, I don't care about my kids enough to protect them from somebody who potentially could hurt them.
So all right, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't feel like he's saying that.
Listen, I don't like no. I'm about to tighten B's up. I hear what you're saying, right? So where does the state of Texas fall under this protection shit? You got a whole tape of the whole incident. Why I got to come down there and say, yeah, my baby mother did this? Well, y'all know she did this. Why do I have to do that?
I'm not a law official, but in my opinion, I believe they do have to have a witness statement, even though there's video. That's just used as backup. So it's just a way to solidify the charges once they go to court, because one could be disputed, but two pieces of witness is more substantial, if that makes sense.
And B, is you think if the roles were reversed, this would be different?
I don't know. I mean, I'm going based off of what I saw from her and based off of what the premise was for her.
She was definitely getting him sent to jail if it was the roles.
Yeah, so if she was that, you know what I'm saying? If she crazy that she lost her children, because it's hard for a woman to lose custody, right? So they definitely got to prove she is unfit, something is wrong, right? So to that fact, I'm coupling that with what I saw in the video. She was desperate. She didn't care about the situation. She just wanted what she wanted, and she's that type of person that I feel like would go to any lengths to get it.
Yeah, what I'm saying is though, I don't think
that creates a dangerous situation.
If it was him, the law wouldn't be waiting for no statement and none of that. If it was him,
this is the whole thing.
I've been asked about that before too. Like if I was supposed to be, I worked at a place where they had video against somebody who was committing a crime at the place, but they needed me to make a statement. And it was just to corroborate, because, you know, you can get in court and say, hey, that wasn't me or that wasn't me. But if you have somebody that was a witness that I testify, yeah, that is that person. I saw them doing this act. That's like double confirmation.
So let me say this, right? I hear what you're saying. I hear that. But like I said, I've been through a situation similar where it was no cameras, right? People just happened to know me. They knew that I didn't have a gun. I did not do the shooting. I did none of that. But I was the one that got in trouble. I was the one going to trial, getting ready to go to trial. If the parents wouldn't have stepped up and said, no, they play ball together and they do this, that, and the third, they knew it wasn't me, right? The police still came and got me, had my mother turn me in and all this other shit. I was a juvenile, kind of fucked up my basketball career, for real. But I had nothing to do with what took place. And off of word of mouth, they came and snatched me. You have a whole video that shows everything that happened, a clear video. You don't need a statement from me. You see what happened. You know that's my child's mother, and you know that's an Uber driver because they got in trouble for it.
I'm just saying,
I
I don't know what your situation was. I'm just, sharing my opinion because I'm not a law professional.
I'm just saying.
But I
and
can
I hear
understand.
you, Uncle. And I hear you,
I can understand why they would ask him for that. But maybe they didn't absolutely need it. They just want him to make a statement so that it backs them up in court. They don't have to do as much work to prove, you know what I'm saying, the situation. I don't know.
You
maybe
heard that? So they ain't got to do what?
They may not. They usually don't.
Say what you, because this is what snitching is all about. Say that again. So they ain't got to do as much work. They always want somebody to tell, so they ain't got to do their job.
So can I ask you something though? Because what
you got a job to do
on is not whether or not he gonna be called a snitch by his friends. What I'm focused on is the fact that he is putting that above securing his children, their welfare.
And that's why I said
it's the problem that I have.
And that's why I said, Keith, I don't know how Texas works, but they snatched my ass up. That may be a procedure, right? And keep it real, I don't think you should be conflicted. You're not doing crime no more, so it makes you what? A civilian. Anyway, so.
Well, I mean, when it comes to kids, I don't feel like that even should be a consideration. Your kids being protected, I don't know.
But he basically saying the state got more than enough evidence to take up their own charges. They don't need me.
And they may do, but if the
states do that all the time.
If the question comes down to whether or not you would snitch versus protect your child, I think the decision should be to protect your child.
Nah, but I don't think it's just him snitching. I think it's more so too. He ain't really like, if y'all trying to send her to jail, send her to jail. I ain't really trying to press her to jail.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do that. But at the same time, I guarantee you, if he don't go make a statement, they still gonna put charges on him.
They probably will. I'm sure. I hope. Anyway.
So what is the point of me having to come down there to help y'all out and for y'all to do your job? Do your fucking job.
Yeah.
When are you going to protect and serve and do your job?
I find something wrong with that mentality, but again, that's my opinion.
I mean, you ain't never been in the streets, LB. You ain't been out here doing nothing.
Listen, I understand, but at the same time, I can't comprehend how anything in that street is more important than your child and your child's welfare.
I'm not saying that it's more.
The case, then I'm all for
I'm not saying that man got out there and protected his child, got his child back, put his child in the car, right?
Barely.
I didn't need. Let me finish. And I didn't need the police for that. I don't need the police to protect me from nothing else either. Now, if you're gonna go lock her up, you got a whole tape of the whole crime. Go do your fucking job. And that's how a lot of people feel from the street. We don't trust police. We don't deal with police.
You put the streets above your children.
We don't deal with police.
I understand.
It's not about none of that shit. Y'all trust the police. We don't deal with the police.
That's more important than your children. I get it. It's okay to say that. It's fine.
Whatever you talk about, LBZ, we don't deal with the police. Like, maybe it's hard for people to understand that black people, a lot of black people that been and dealt with the police on numerous occasions, we don't trust the police. They dirty, they do dirty shit, and I don't care if I gotta go. I'm not doing, me personally, I'm not doing it, especially if you got a whole tape of the crime. Go do your fucking job and leave me out.
I'm just saying, I understand, right? I'm giving my opinion. I'm not gonna put nothing that got to do with anything else above my children. Just me. But I'm also saying that if for nothing else, he wants to secure that she will be held accountable and deterred. You're right, deterred from doing that shit again. Because what if she actually had got away with that child?
She should be. You know what I'm saying? Should be in jail.
They don't always find them kids when they run like that. And depending on what situation got to her losing custody in the first place, what if she is actually a dangerous type person and she hurt the kid?
I'm gonna say this.
Think about all that.
I'm gonna say this. God knew best in that situation.
Yeah.
And he got his kid back.
Yeah.
God knew best in that particular situation. You know, we said yesterday,
right,
when we spoke about
they do their damn job. If I got to line them up for them,
we got practice, man.
Them up.
Yeah, I gotta go anyway. Yeah, we had that time, y'all. I got practice today, man. Well, I would have stayed on a little bit longer for y'all. We'll talk about Pooh Shiesty tomorrow. Tomorrow is Freestyle Friday, so we'll talk about Pooh Shiesty tomorrow because we definitely got an update, man. Man, it's looking crazy. But listen, man, I need y'all to do me a favor. Those that's new to the channel, hit that like button, subscribe for me. share the content with somebody you think might like the video, and make sure y'all hitting them notifications so y'all know when we going live, man. We may be back in the morning next week, but make sure y'all hitting that them notifications so y'all know, man. I am a Moto EMS, the Have Nots mascot, man. I love y'all, and make sure y'all stay sucker free and out of the way. Y'all see how crazy it is out here. I love y'all, and I will see y'all tomorrow.
All right, y'all. LB's here holding it down. Y'all definitely thank you for joining us again. We apologize for any inconveniences, but we appreciate you rocking with us. Definitely our day ones and some newcomers. Hit that like button and also subscribe so you can get notifications. So whenever we pop on, you can join us. Keep coming back. Enjoy the rest of your day. Remember that existence is automatic, but purpose is chosen.
Hey, yo, Fly Global, Mr. Everywhere. You ain't never there. I am the Jersey representative in the South. Appreciate everybody tuning in today. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend, like, subscribe, and share. Yeah, man, Freestyle Friday tomorrow. We'll see y'all tomorrow. 100.
100.
Can't walk the path that I walk. Niggas can't do the things that I do. Niggas can't live the way that I live. Might not be the same result for you.
I'm about halfway through, and I know what I gotta do. I'm about 3 steps forward.
Hey,
I just need gotta come through. I need love, I need patience. Take me back to the basics. I just need one more shot at living. I just need one more shot like Pippin.
Niggas can't walk the path that I walk. Niggas can't do the things that I do. Niggas can't live the way that I live. Might not be the same result for you.
I am the Have Nots mascot.